It always seems impossible until it's done. Namaskar, welcome to Next IAS. I hope you are doing well. In this video, we are going to cover major headlines of the Hindu, Indian Express, and Press Information Bureau. So, without wasting any time, let's start today's discussion. And here, first article focuses upon delimitation exercise. It is in the news because recently Union Home Minister assured that southern states, including the Tamil Nadu, will not lose any Lok Sabha seats during the delimitation exercise. This statement was aimed to address concern raised by the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister. Now let's learn more about delimitation. So friends, it is the process of fixing the number of seats and boundaries of constituencies for Lok Sabha and state legislative assemblies. Here you must know that Article 82 and 170 of the Indian Constitution mandate the readjustment of states in the Lok Sabha and state assemblies based on each census. The responsibility for delimitation is assigned to the high-powered body known as Delimitation Commission, which is also known as Boundary Commission. Here you must know that orders of the Delimitation Commission are legally binding and these orders cannot be challenged in any court. And do you know friends, in India, delimitation commissions have been constituted 4 times. Next article talks about maternity related schemes and related issues. Now let's know about them. So friends, Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana and National Food Security Act 2013 entitled pregnant women to maternity benefits. But according to recent article, these initiatives are failing to provide adequate support and coverage under the Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana has dropped drastically. Meanwhile, states like Tamil Nadu and Odisha offer more substantial and effective maternity benefits. But here, major issues include central government's neglect, bureaucratic issues, and underfunding of the schemes. Therefore, there is a need for better funding and implementation to support pregnant women. Next article is related to Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023, and it is in the news because now disability rights activists are pushing to amend Section 9 subclause 1 of the Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023, which mandates that consent for processing the personal data of person with disabilities must come from the guardian, and this provision is criticized for undermining PWD's autonomy, misinterpreting guardianship, and complicating data consent procedures. And here the concerns include the lack of clarity on its application across different disabilities and risk of guardians acting in their own interest. Next article talks about women's representation in Panchayats. And it is in the news because recently Government Advisory Committee has recommended measures to combat proxy leadership by male relatives in Panchayati Raj institutions where women leaders are often sidelined. Here the committee suggested exemplary penalties, policy reforms, technology for monitoring and accountability mechanisms like helplines and watchdog committees. It also proposes Kerala-style gender quotas in committees and public swearing in of women leaders. And do you know friends, 73rd constitutional amendment reserved 1/3 of panchayat seats for women. But despite this, in many areas, male relatives control leadership positions, negating the reservation's purpose. Next article is related to SpareX telescope, which will be launched by NASA on February 28th by SpaceX rocket. It will spend 2 years studying the universe formation, galaxy growth, and locating water and life-forming molecules in the Milky Way. It will create the most detailed map of the universe by detecting both optical and infrared light, with focus on infrared to study distant space regions, stars, and galactic structures. Next article is related to Gharials because recently Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Mohan Yadav released 10 gharials into the Chambal River to boost the species population. Gharials are fish-eating crocodilians with long snouts. They play an important role in cleaning up carrion in the river ecosystems, but they face threats like overhunting and habitat destruction. And now the modern challenges include dam construction, pollution, and fishing nets. And here the conservation efforts, including captive breeding and habitat protection, have helped revive their population. And IUCN Red List of certain species classifies them as critically endangered species. Now Indian Army signed a contract for 223 automatic chemical agent detection and alarm systems. This system is designed and developed by DRDO and it will detect chemical warfare agents and toxic industrial chemicals by sampling air from the environment. It uses ion mobility spectrometry technology. Next and last headline is related to time use survey, which was recently released by the National Statistics Office of the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. It was first conducted in 2019 and recently the information was gathered via computer assisted personal interviews over 24-hour period. Here you must know that this survey provides a framework to measure how people allocate their time to various activities, and it distinguishes between paid and unpaid activities. Now let's know the key highlights of the survey. So friends, in 2024, 75% of men and 25% of women in 15 to 59 age group participated in employment and related activities, which is up from 2019. Female participation in unpaid domestic work decreased slightly, and 41% female aged 15 to 59 participated in caregiving. 89.3% of children aged 16 to 14 participated in learning activities, and 11% of people's daily time was spent on culture, leisure, media, and sports, which is up from 2019. So, with this, let's conclude today's discussion. Thanks for listening, and for regular updates, you can follow us on various social media platforms.